Welcome back to AM Northwest. Homemade barbecue sauce levels up your grilling game, and it's pretty easy to make, I understand. Here to show us how, we welcome back the co-authors of nearly an insane amount of cookbooks, 40 cookbooks, including their upcoming cold canning, Bruce Weinstein and Mark Scarbrough. How you guys doing?
Oh, good, Helen. How are you?
Good.
How are you?
Homemade barbecue sauce does seem to be does level up the barbecue.
Oh, absolutely.
It does level it up. And we've got two really easy ones to make. This is this book called Canning that's all making small batches, no real canning. It's designed for the refrigerator or freezer. So you just make a small batch of something, blueberry jam, in this case, barbecue sauces, and put it away in the freezer or the refrigerator for a few months. You're not canning for the apocalypse, let's say.
So
Okay.
Mark has got a really, and you just saw the dog walk
Yeah,
by
I saw Nosh, yeah.
Mark has a really unusual barbecue sauce you probably never heard of. He's going to show you how to make a gold barbecue sauce.
Have you ever heard of gold barbecue sauce, Helen?
No.
Okay, well, you'd have to be a Carolina girl to really know about this. This is a Carolina specialty. But what you do is you start with, this is just prepared, old American
French's
mustard.
yellow mustard.
Familiar from the front of your shirt when you try to put it on a hot dog.
Yep, very familiar.
Yes, it's that. So I'm going to put that in the pan, and then I'm going to put brown sugar.
Yum.
But honey as well. Both the honey will give a depth of flavor, and the brown sugar is what's going to let it caramelize on the grill. And now we're going to savory it up a bit with Worcestershire sauce, and then some apple cider vinegar to give it a little sour bump, and some soy sauce because we want some nice salt in there, but
and some umami. A little umami.
Right.
All that speed.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to stir this together. I'm going to put in some black pepper. You don't have to put in cayenne. You don't have to make this hot. I can make it hot, but that's optional in the recipe.
We would not make it hot if you were coming for a barbecue.
I so love you guys for thinking of me. I appreciate that.
Always, always. So this is so easy. It only has to go 10 minutes, right, Mark?
Yeah, it only has to go 10 minutes. And just to say, you know this, Helen, as well as I do, that these recipes are available on your website.
Yes,
So,
yes. So you only do that for 10 minutes and then you...
That's it. And
That's
you
it.
put it in a jar.
One warning about this thing is when it really comes to a bubble, it kind of gets lava-like. You can imagine it's thick, so it pops, right? So you want to keep the flame really low, so it's just the lowest simmer imaginable, just because you don't want to have mustard all over your stove.
Right.
So
It's a really difficult choice for me when I'm choosing barbecue sauces because that gold is so amazing. But I'm going to show you to make a more traditional tomato base. But what's great about this is it uses fresh fruit.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a raspberry and chipotle barbecue sauce.
Wow.
It starts with just tomato puree and fresh raspberries, which of course it's summer already, so we're getting raspberries.
well, we're not getting them where we live. I don't
And then to up the raspberry game even more, I've got some seedless raspberry jam, and I'm going to put this whole jar in. So the entire jar is going in there.
Just to say, if you don't know, in New England, where we are, it is freezing. We have the heat on. I mean, it is
I'm so sorry for you
freezing.
guys. Now,
We
see,
had a fire last night.
you could come here and experience lovely weather. A little sprinkle this morning, but it's going to be warm this afternoon. Really warm
supposed
tomorrow.
to be 39 tomorrow night.
So I'm continuing with some brown sugar, some molasses. There are a lot of ingredients in this, but what's nice is it's just a dump and stir.
Right.
So I have the tomatoes, the raspberry jam, molasses, brown sugar, honey, just like Mark's did, because honey adds such a fabulous
We
flavor.
discovered when we wrote this book called Canning that honey was so critical to barbecue sauces because it's not just sweet, right? It's got all that floral taste to it. It adds so much depth to the barbecue sauce.
Fresh
And
garlic. I put shallots. We have some vinegar and some Worcestershire. And then this is where, if you were coming, I wouldn't use these. These are chipotles, but I like them. You can adjust the heat in this recipe. You can leave them out, or you could put up to 4 if you like it really spicy.
Okay, you put 4, those are canned chipotles in adobo sauce, right? You put 4 in there, that's going to take the roof of your mouth off.
Yeah.
So,
And all places. Now, this goes for about 40 minutes to thicken and reduce. So canned chipotles in adobo sauce, it's really interesting. You have to remember, as Mark said, one chipotle. When a recipe says one chipotle, it doesn't mean one can of chipotles.
Oh.
My sister took one of our recipes once, and she said, I don't know what you were thinking. I made it, and it was inedible. And I said, what happened? Well, I put 4 cans of chipotles.
Oh, my. Oh.
No, it called for 4 chipotles out of 1 can, but she put 4 cans of chipotles. So I guess if you like it really hot. So this goes and goes and goes. I made some of this the other day, and here's some of it. And we have pretzel. I'm going to dip it in.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So when you put it in, say, a can or a jar, and you put it in there, I'm assuming you put both of these in the fridge. How long will that last for, do you think? You have an idea?
Yeah, I do. With my mouth full, I sure do. If we go by the USDA requirements, they're going to tell you 6 weeks. I'm going to tell you that we have kept both of these in our fridge for 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
But if we're going to be really safe, the USDA requirement is 6 weeks. If you don't think you're going to use this up in 6 weeks, make sure your jar is clean when you put it in there. And if you don't think you're going to use it up in 6 weeks, then just stick it in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
It'll stay indefinitely in the freezer.
Put it in 4 smaller jars, and you have it for next summer, too.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Smart. And then let me ask you this. With each of those sauces, what do you think goes best with them? Like chicken with the golden one? And
both of these sauces you saw the sugar and the honey go in, so both should be put on later. So the protein, whatever you're grilling, should be near cooked, and then the sauce should go on it. So I think this mustard barbecue sauce is terrific with any cut of beef on the grill, particularly if you slow roast a brisket or beef ribs, something like that. I think it goes really good with beef.
This one with the raspberries and chipotle is so good on chicken. Chicken thighs and chicken wings even too.
Honestly,
pretzels.
It's pretzels and beer dipped in barbecue.
Just use it as a dip. You don't even need to cook protein.
All right, we're going to tell everyone your book again is titled Cold Canning, and we're going to put the recipe, as you said, on our website at katu.com. Bruce and Mark, you're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Helen.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.